Hello my people and welcome to my channel. My name is Kihiu. This channel is all about encouraging you to move on in life no matter what challenges you're going through, and to let you know that life can still be beautiful and life is still beautiful no matter what we are going through. In today's video, we're going to talk about fear. Fear is one thing that can make life not to be sweet. It can make life not to be beautiful. We have different types of fear. We cannot analyze all of them. But then, we can have fear of loss. Sometimes loss of loved ones. Sometimes loss of a job. Sometimes loss of property. Sometimes you fear losing so many things. Sometimes you even fear losing yourself. You know, sometimes like even as I present here, even as I give you this video, I have some fear inside me. I fear losing track and giving you something that is not quality. So we have fears in our lives, and these fears, they affect our life. They make our lives to be bitter. Sometimes they make our lives not to be sweet. We also have a fear of the unknown. You can be fearing things that you don't even understand. You don't understand what you fear. Yes, you can feel inside yourself there are butterflies, there are anxieties, there are things you feel like, what could be happening? That is fear. So fear can be fear of anything. And sometimes we don't even understand when we fear. We just feel that something is not right with my life. Also, we have a fear of things that we anticipate. The anticipated things, those things that we are not sure of. Maybe you have a business deal, you had signed it, but you feel, is it going to go sour? Is it going to go good? Or how will be the outcome? That alone can give you fear. And you know, when you fear, then you have no peace within yourself. Your heart is not at ease. Your mind is not at ease. So, we can have fears of all sorts that you can mention. And don't we even fear our shadows? Sometimes we fear our shadows. I remember when we were young, you could fear at night and you felt something is following me. You start by hastening your steps. The next thing you're doing, you're running so fast, fear of nothing. Then once you turn back, you find yourself running after your shadow. So, and it doesn't matter how old or how young you are, fear comes to anyone. Sometimes children fear darkness. Sometimes people fear some high speed. Some people fear things that happen in their lives. And also sometimes we have fear of losing identity. You may be doing something, or you may be planning to do something, but you feel, are they going to take me as I am? Are they going to understand me? So you develop some fear within yourself. All those are sorts of fears. I believe that even you, where you sit, there is a fear that you have. There is a fear that you've experienced. There is one time when you feared something. Like in my life, there is something that I feared so much. I had a friend of mine who had gone through some challenges. And I felt like anytime we talked with her, she was so low. And I feared, will tomorrow morning come when she is still herself? I could feel like this person might do something crazy. Through the night, I was filled with fear. What could happen through the night? Will she wake up tomorrow and I find her the way I left her today? So, fear can come through any direction. You can have fear of anything, just anything. And you know, sometimes fear is vague. It's not always that we fear things that are there. Most of the time, and almost 90% of the time when we fear of things that will never happen. Things that will never even come in our lives. That is why I felt that we should address this issue of fear in this channel. Because I want always to remind you that life can be sweet, life can be beautiful, and life is beautiful anyway, no matter what we are going through. Some of these things that we go through, we don't go through them because we were supposed to go through them. We go through them because we allowed them to happen in our lives. Therefore, if you allow fear to overcome your life, and so will it do. If you allow fear to come into your life, now you embrace it, you nurse it, it grows to something bigger. When we lead fearful lives, we are disadvantaged in making our lives beautiful or sweet. Life cannot be beautiful when we are leading a fearful life. For example, when you lead a fearful life, you find your body getting worn out. Yani you just lose weight from nowhere. You find your face not glowing from nowhere. You find yourself not happy, and you know, when you're not happy, you are ugly. You get ugly when you're not happy. But when you are happy, your face glows. You feel like your body is energized to move on in every activity. You can handle every activity. You can handle every issue just because your body is healthy. Your body becomes strong. But when you lead a fearful life, you find yourself getting worn out. You just get tired. Just like that, you find yourself so tired. You have not worked, you've just come out of bed, but you feel so tired. That is fear. Fear can really ruin your physical life. The physical body does not love, it is never in love with fear. So you should avoid fear by all means. And sometimes you find that even when you go to sleep, you just go in bed, you roll, you toss up and down, and by the time you're checking on your clock, it is midnight, and you've not slept even a wink. Now, all that is caused by fear. And therefore, this gives you the reason why you should take life as beautiful as it is. Because life is beautiful no matter what. We may be going through so much, and you don't have to fear. You don't have to fear about the outcome, because you ruin your body by fearing. And then by fearing, there's nothing that you change. You don't change a thing by fearing. But without fear, you can face every challenge. You can walk every journey. You can go through any bush. You can go through any mountain, because the body is energized. Again, when you have fear, your health is jeopardized. Because sometimes that pressure that you put on your brain, it comes back to ask from you. The blood pumps and asks you, I want to move faster than that, because your heart is beating so fast because of the fear that you have within yourself. What about if you tried dropping the fear? Then the body relaxes, the health comes up again, and you become the person you would like to be, health-wise, physically, and you become the best person that you want to look at the mirror. You become the best person that you want to dress and walk in an office and say, hey guys, here I am, I come in the morning, I'm happy. It doesn't mean that you don't have issues in your life. They will be there, but you have chosen to overcome them. You have chosen to overcome that fear. Again, when you fear, or when you have that fear, you live a fearful life, a life full of fear. You find yourself not having a good relationship with God. Because God has told us in the book of Philippians, I may not be preaching here, but I must mention about God, because it is because of God that we are going to overcome our fear. He has asked us that if we have any fear, then we are not good friends with him, because he says by putting everything aside, we can trust in him. And he says in the book of Philippians that we should not be anxious of anything. And anxiety is fear. Did you know that? Anxiety is fear. It is caused by fear. That is an outcome of fear. So, if we fear, our relationship with God, it's not at par. One thing that will separate us from God is by having fear. Because he has accepted to take our burdens. He has accepted to take our fears. Why then should you be anxious of anything? Just pray. Leave it to him. It is his burdens. You belong to him. So, if we want our relationship to be good with God, let us not fear anything. Some relationships that we fear, that we love so much, those that we value so much, those that we cherish all the time, we want to have that relationship grow. It may not grow if we have fear. Because what is this fear that we can have? We can have a fear of people betraying us. And sometimes you capitalize it, you capitalize on it, you internalize it in your heart, and you feel, even the way they looked at me, I think they were discussing me. That's a fear that has started developing in your mind. And so you start acting towards that fear that you've already developed. So what happens? You look at them, you feel like, I don't think I have a good relationship with these people. I don't think we can go any further with these people. And maybe they were just doing it for your good. So at the end of the day, you lose relationship that were meant to be good relationships. Sometimes things will happen. People fight, but they fight to meet. They fight to mend. They fight to come together. They fight to grow together. So if you have fear of losing a relationship, that is when you lose it. But if you do not fear anything, you'll be able to handle every fear, every issue that comes your way. You're going to handle it amicably, and you mend the relationship, and you grow up together with the other people of the other members of that relationship. Therefore, when you have fear, there are so many things that we can talk about, but don't you know them? I'm sure you know what you have lost because of fear. And therefore, I don't have to analyze every other. But can you just go and sit, analyze and see, and you can tell me down there on the comment section about what things you experienced when you lived a life full of fear. I want us to see how we can live a life without fear. Because I believe that even those who fear, they don't love to live in fear. It is painful to live in fear. Nobody wants to fear. Everybody wants good life, don't we? Everyone loves to live a happy life, a life that is good, a life that you feel, yes, in this one, I don't regret. Now, there is something that is called peace. Peace makes us to have the joy of our hearts. If you have peace, fear disappears. Fear is never found where there is peace. When you have peace, you can walk and smile, you can talk to people, even strangers will look like familiar people to you. They will always find a peaceful person who is approachable. So follow peace with all men, and you'll find yourself having no fear of anything, and you'll find solutions for everything that you may be looking for. The other thing, select the kind of the things that you do. Those things that brings you joy. Those things that makes you happy. Do them. Be happy. Always focus on the things that makes you happy. Do not focus on negative vibes. Do not surround yourself with things that do not make you happy, because that alone will bring fear, because you'll not be certain about tomorrow. You'll not be certain even about your life, because you're surrounded with negative vibes. Surround yourself with things that makes you happy. That means you'll be a joyful person. And a merry heart is always medicine to the bones. And therefore, surround yourself with joyful activities. If you feel like you want to jog, jog, jog. Do not worry about what is happening around. Jog and make yourself happy. Surround yourself with joy. Joyful things will always give you happiness. Then the other thing, find rest. I know it's not easy to rest. You know, I also try to look for time for the me time, but I don't find me time. I'm always in this, doing that, doing this. Every other time, every minute of my life is occupied. Please find rest for yourself. Always look for quiet time. The time when you sit and just do nothing. Just relax. Make yourself a relaxed person. Do not carry burdens. The world is not ending tomorrow. And if it ends tomorrow, there is another life to come. Therefore, mind about today. Do not be anxious about tomorrow, because tomorrow has its own worries. Another thing that you can do, and that you should do anyway, is to strengthen yourself. Encourage yourself. Encourage the self inside you. Let you always be a strong person within you, because we may find a weak person in you, but if you are a strong person within yourself, then that is the person we will see. Therefore, strengthen yourself and tell yourself, yes, girl, I can do it. I know I can make it. Yes, I am a man. I can do it. This is very simple for me. Strengthen yourself and you will overcome fear. All your fears can be overcome by telling yourself it is possible. The other thing you can do is to give thanks in all situations. Bad things comes, you say, thank you, they are here to make me stronger. Good things comes, thank you, they are here to make me brighter, to encourage me. Always give thanks in everything that comes your way. Do not whine. Do not cry. Do not be bitter about yourself. Do not keep regretting about what happened. Do not keep blaming yourself. Do not keep saying, I think there is something I would have done. It is done. It is done. It is what it is. So give yourself thanks and say that thank you. I made it to this far. I can make it even further. Make yourself a thankful person. Be filled with a heart that is full of thanksgiving. All the time, know that it happened that way because there was a reason. Always give thanks in everything that comes your way. That way, you lead a life that has no fear at all. You live a life that is good. And so, you'll always believe, just as I have believed, life will always be beautiful. No matter what, life will always be beautiful. Then the other thing, even as you strengthen yourself, please focus on good things. Do not focus on the negatives. Just like I had said earlier, do not focus on negative vibes. Negative vibes, negative people, negative issues, negative things, the failures of that comes your way. No. They don't help you at all. Focus on the good things. There is that good meal that you prepared and you felt, wow, my family enjoyed this meal. Focus on that. Keep talking to yourself and telling yourself, you know you did this. Ah, well done. Thumbs up, my dear. Then thumbs up my heart. Thumbs up myself. Because it is only you who can cheer up yourself. Other people may ruin you, but if you cheer up yourself, you're good to go. So focus on the good things, not only on the simple good things that happens, even the things that you try to analyze and you can't see anything good in them. Try to look for that speck, that small thing that is good in every issue, and you will always find yourself getting stronger and fear will disappear. The other thing, if you find it fit, you can pray. You can offer prayer and supplication. Because by prayer and supplication, we get strength from above. And therefore, if you pray and you offer supplication, you feel like your burden has been lightened up. You find like all what was feeling like a mountain, it's no longer a mountain. It's just a stepping stone. You step on the mountain, you jump to the other side of the valley, and you feel a jump. You feel a hope to the next world. Therefore, by offering prayer and supplication, you can always get strength. A strength that is divine. A strength that no one can give in this world. A strength that no one can take away from you. And therefore, life will be good. Life will be beautiful. You'll find joy in everything that you'll touch to do. Then the other thing, believe that what you have prayed has been heard and is answered according to the will of the Creator. And therefore, you will always believe that what I have done, I've done it to my best. Someone is working behind the scenes. And therefore, you will have the best of the time. You will have the best of the feeling. You will have the best of the moods. You'll have the best of the... Everything to you will be best. Don't you want to live such a life? How I love to have a good life. And I believe you too would love to have a good life. Without fear, life is beautiful. No matter what you'll be going through, no matter the joys, no matter the ups and downs, no matter the everything that you may be facing, you will have a good life. And life will always make a meaning. Those are just but a few. There are so many other things that you can do. And I believe that down there at the comment section, you can tell me other things that we can do to eliminate fear in our lives so that we can live a life short of fear and with no fear at all. Now this brings us to the end of today's video. And remember, this channel is here to show you that life is still beautiful no matter what we are going through. Until next time, it's your girl Millie, and bye-bye. I love you so much.